Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and today we are, of course, talking about the Vegas Golden Knights and how they are one win away from being crowned the kings of the NHL, with one win away, leading 3-1 against the Florida Panthers as they beat Florida 3-2, and boy, oh boy, Florida is in trouble because, I mean, obviously that goes without saying. 3-1 in a series. We know that this team's in trouble. I'm not telling you anything there. But they really are, because they are finally being beaten just through and through. The Vegas Golden Knights are just the better team. Just absolute domination, the better team. The first two periods for sure. The first two periods in just this entire series, even the last game that Florida won, Vegas is just the better team. They outwork, they outplay, they conquer the Florida Panthers. Like, they are just all over them. They're more physical, they hit harder, they skate faster, they shoot. I guess this game they were tied in shooting, but their shots are better. They make Florida scramble. They're all over the place, and Florida is just, they can't keep up. Florida just cannot keep up with the Golden Knights. Just Vegas is all over them. Every line, all 18 skaters on the ice, each forward line, each defensive pair is just outplaying them. They get the puck up. I think actually the analyst during the intermission, I think it was Bizanet, I think he said it perfectly, where he said that Vegas, what they do is that they shoot the puck in, right? They get a shot on net or something like that. They make their shot in the offensive zone. They retrieve the puck back, and they get it to the defenseman on the blue line, and they keep it in the offensive zone, right? That is exactly what a better team does, is that they get lots of different looks, right? They get up I'm sure if you've ever played like NHL or something like that, you know this, or just watching your team play, or you playing if you've ever played hockey, where your team is better, and you can tell, or the other team is better, is because they will shoot the puck, and they will get it back off of your team, and get it back to the defense. The defense will send it in. They'll either shoot it on net for a rebound, shoot it for a tip, or just throw it towards the boards to keep it deep in behind the net, something like that, and they will just keep the puck in the zone. They'll pass the puck around, get the puck to the defense, D to D, back into the corner, up to the middle, slot shot, save, rebound, poked in, right? That is what a better team does, and that's how Vegas is playing. And they're just phenomenal at it. Florida's head are spinning right now, and they have been spinning this entire series. Florida is just absolutely screwed. They cannot keep up with anything that Vegas has. They just can't. They have nothing. And even when, in the third period where Florida finally comes alive, they just can't get enough on. Florida, and what's so strange is Florida, and I get this, is they thrive when the pressure is on, right? And which is absolutely fair. I mean, as you should. And that's what a really good team does, is that when the pressure is on, like guys like Matthew Tkachuk with the clutch plays, Florida is a clutch team. They are the definition of it. The issue is that you can only go on chance so many times, you know? It's like, eventually you're gonna fly too close to the sun. You know what I mean? Sure, like Patrick Kane, he can do all the craziest moves in the world and the craziest dangles. Trevor Zegras the same way, or any superstar player, right? But eventually, sure, you go between the legs move, windmill, cross deke, spinorama, but eventually something's going to go wrong, you know? He can get past all of the players, but something will eventually go wrong. Either you will lose a tire, lose the puck, mess up your move, or get hit by the other guy. There's only so many times where you can, even standing so close to, a garbage can, you know what I mean? Like, when you're standing next to a garbage can, you're like, I'm gonna throw this in, and you know those times, those embarrassing moments where you miss. You know, the Florida Panthers, they might be amazing when it comes into being clutch at the right time, at the right moment, but there's only so many times that you can do that, especially at an NHL level, and keep doing it and getting it done in the Stanley Cup playoffs against a team that has your number. And what's weird is that they could do this the entire game. That Brandon Montour play where he jumps into the play, sends it across ice, and Barkov gets that one-timer, why don't they do that all the time? Montour, I gotta say, if Florida can somehow reverse this series to go the other way, I think Montour is my pick for the Conn Smythe. I don't think Florida's gonna be able to do it, but he's my pick. He's been phenomenal. He gets goals, even lucky goals where the freaking pinball one. But he has been phenomenal. He jumps in the play. He gets great shots out there. He plays good defensively, except a couple times where he messes up. And that is the biggest issue with Florida, is they make so many goddamn mistakes that, for one, is Vegas' fault, because Vegas is pressuring them so much that, like I keep saying in this series, as Florida's head is spinning, they can't keep up. They're like, okay, gotta do this. Where's this guy? Gotta go over. Where's the puck? Oh, it's in the net. They do that so many times in this series because Vegas is just making their heads exhausted. Their minds can't keep up with what's happening. So for one, the famous one, the Ekblad, the opening goal of the game. Ekblad, he's the weak side guy. The puck is on that side of the ice. He's on the right side, and the Vegas gets the puck back in the neutral zone. Which, to be fair, Ekblad could have rightfully thought that his team would have got it down the ice, but usually as a defenseman, you wait for the puck to cross the line or a dump in to make that change, right? They obviously, Vegas is such a challenging team. Ekblad should have known better, and he gets off the ice, which leads to Chandler Stevenson, of all players, who's Vegas' fastest guy, to get the puck and skate it in and score a goal. Ekblad, where the hell are you? You're supposed to be the team's best defenseman. Where have you even been this entire playoffs? I don't know. You've been the least factor out of all of the factors possible. So Ekblad, I don't know. Maybe Florida changes things up and they move Ekblad out and they move some other great defenseman in. Who knows? My pick would be Carlson. That would be interesting, but I don't know. But Ekblad, what the hell? And then the Anthony Duclair and Forsling mistake, where Florida, once again, the biggest issue for me is Florida has been very passive this series, a lot in this series. Vegas, like I said, just making Florida's heads just so exhausted, and they can't keep up with what's happening. And Duclair gets the puck in the corner, but his stick, he just doesn't care enough. He's like, okay, I got the puck. Oh God, they're fighting me. Oh, there goes the puck. And then Forsling is supposed to be the guy who should be there to make that easy, especially in the Stanley Cup playoffs of all things, in the finals, in a must-win game for them. And both of them just very easy on their sticks and just not being as aggressive and as attentive and competent as they should be. Duclair just easily losing that puck battle in the corner, and then Forsling just not really giving it his all to make that block or tip off the poke check or anything from the Vegas player. So 2 goals right there that easily should have been fixed before that even happened. And then in the middle where William Karlsson just in the middle, just slot shot, just... Where is the defense? Or, well, really, where's the centerman? That's where he should be in that scenario. So, just so many mistakes, and it's not because Florida, they can't get anything going, and they finally do in the third period, but then you've got a good defense in Vegas and a great goalie in Aiden Hill, and Florida just can't get anything going. And for people saying Tkachuk screwed it up or something like that, Matthew Tkachuk did not screw up that final shot. There was and once again, my least favorite commentator now, Eddie Olczyk, he says, he was like, Tkachuk has the puck for many seconds and can't get the right play. He had the puck for 1.2 seconds. He had no time to shoot it. But he gets it, and I think it went off of, he just couldn't get the elevation on it, and there was also the defenseman there, there was no way there was a way for Matthew to score it, but the biggest issue for Florida this game, to me, is that they didn't have a hero. They didn't have a guy. They had Montour and Barkov. Barkov and Montour were their best players this game. They looked really good the entire game. Barkov, you could see him making a lot of good plays behind it, strong on the puck. And Montour, just being Montour, just creating good slap shots to create pokes and tips or whatever. But neither of them can get the job done enough, and Matthew Tkachuk just being blanked tonight. He wasn't really in the play. Like, I never noticed him. He never really, like, made a big play to make his team energized or something like that. Verhaeghe wasn't out there. Duclair didn't make a big play. It feels like, I gotta say, the Florida guys, I didn't think I'd see this or say this, but the Florida Panthers players, it's feeling like they're losing it. They're doing what the Dallas Stars did in there. Mentally, they're like, we're done, and it looks like they really are giving up. I don't want to say giving up, but they definitely looked in that game like they weren't having that same fight that they used to have, and it's just easily, that's the number one thing to success, is you need to at least go in with the intention of winning, and Florida did not feel like that tonight. They did not feel like they were going to give it their all. They definitely didn't feel or look like they did, and they lose. They just straight up lose that one because Vegas is better and they're giving up. And that means that on, I think, Tuesday, T-Mobile Arena in Vegas will have the Stanley Cup in the building, where Vegas will be there in front of their home crowd, cheering them on at the loudest building in the NHL, as they keep freaking telling us, but we get it now, the loudest building in the NHL, there to cheer on their team. Vegas wearing the gold sweaters, looking home to bring home that giant silver trophy. Well, I guess it will be home. Be able to keep the silver trophy at home and in front of their crowd. That would be crazy. And a lot of their guys, they deserve it. This team deserves it. And I am mad because I wanted Florida to win, but Vegas, they definitely deserve it. And they're going to, I fully believe they're going to. I don't think Florida's got it in them. In next game, for me, if I'm Florida, do I throw out like just a Hail Mary, and do I throw at a guy like Lyon in net? I don't know. I feel like at this point, you might want to just change things up. Maybe Lyon gets a shutout and the team wins 1-0 or something like that, and then maybe at least you survive the next game. But for Florida, I don't know. Can the comeback Cats come back from 3-1 again? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard even if they get like this next game. Let's say they throw in Lyon, he gets a shutout, right? Do they go on and win 2 more games? Do they go back to Florida and they throw in Lyon again, and then Vegas scores 2 goals in the first period? I don't know. I don't see it happening. The Cats look like they're gone, and it's a shame. So that's all I've got to say. So thank you for watching this, and if you've made it this far, please pick up your free subscription. Please, I'm begging you. And until next time, have an amazing day. Too sweet, and ta-ta for now.